Hello dear viewers, and welcome to the very first video in our history series. In this series we try to learn as much as we can about the people who lived on Earth before us. And we can learn so much about them simply by studying what they left behind. And in this first video we're going to explain what that means. We're going to talk about archaeology. You see, a place that's good to live in can be inhabited by people for thousands of years. Often these spots are alongside rivers or at crossroads where roads meet. Over time, people just built their new houses right on top of the existing ones. So through the ages, layer after layer, we slowly see a hill forming. This is what we call a tell. But inside that hill, the remains of ancient buildings and plenty of other things. Broken tools, pottery, jewelry, even animal and human remains. And here's the key. The oldest items are always in the deepest layers. So you can see in this picture the idea of how archaeologists literally dig their way through history. Though, just so you know, a real tell would never have been so perfect with such perfect even layers as we're showing here. Every single fragment that's discovered is carefully preserved. It's given a number and entered into a catalogue, like you see here with the remains of this statue. And once it's studied, those fragments can sometimes be pieced back together into something bigger. And that's when you might see it displayed in a museum, giving us a clear picture of clothing or hair from a certain time in the past. Now, how do scientists know how old something is? They don't just look at how deep it's buried, although that's a first step. Another method is called the C14 method. This is where it gets a bit technical. Every living organism, plant, animal or human, contains a certain amount of the radioactive carbon C14. When the organism dies, that C14 slowly fades away. So by measuring how much C14 there is still left, scientists can figure out how old something is. That process is called dating. But the C14 method is just one method of dating. There's also tree ring dating. Every year, a tree grows a new ring around its trunk. Some years the ring is thicker, other years thinner, depending on stuff like the weather. By comparing these patterns, scientists can build a kind of tree ring calendar and use that to date ancient wood. Of course, we can also learn a lot from what people wrote down. If, of course, those people could write at the time. Now the tricky part is actually deciphering those old languages. Sometimes we get lucky, like with the Rosetta Stone, which has the same text written in 3 different languages, so we can start comparing, combining the knowledge we already have of those languages. By combining archaeology, C14 dating, tree ring dating, and reading surviving texts, we can uncover an incredible amount of data about the past. And with every new discovery, we get a little bit wiser. But here's the thing. History is never truly finished. Because tomorrow, someone might dig something up that changes everything, or that shows us that the past actually happened a bit differently than we first thought. Every new archaeological find broadens our horizons and changes our perspectives. So now you're all set to start this playlist, Traveling Through the Past. Enjoy! That's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Take a look around, we have a lot of other videos that might be of some interest to you. Also consider following us on our socials, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. You'll find the links in the description.